Hello everyone and welcome to another video. In this video I will showcase 5 of the most interesting battles of my 18 game win streak in Ultra League Rank 9 with Escavalier, Lapras and Empoleon. And the entire run is uploaded in another video, but without commentary. So one thing I also want to mention is that the run is still alive, but I can't kill it nor improve it since Go Battle League is down right now. But anyway, let's get into it. So my first opponent here is All Knuckles, and this is game number 6 of the run, and he leads with Escavalier against my Escavalier. So I want to showcase how I play the Escavalier mirror. I always double up on my drill runs, since by doubling up you will not have to go into CMP, but you will always fire off your second drill run before your opponent's second drill run. So I make this to just always win the lead in the mirror, or either that or I can take both of his shields, and then Empoleon can farm down without having to take a drill run. So now I have both energy advantage and shield advantage. So this is pretty much over already, since you see that he has got an Articuno against my Empoleon, because yeah, everything Articuno throws is resisted. And his last Pokemon is Swampert, so yeah, this is already over and I expect the resign at any time. My next opponent is Jonesy Lad, and this is game number 7 of the streak, and he leads with Togekiss into my Escavalier, so I need to get out of there since all of my moves are double resisted. And he has a fighter in the back, so this is a very bad position. But at least I can do 2 surfs and force 1 shield, since Escavalier is so glassy. And at this point I've already decided that Empoleon will have both of my shields, since Escavalier is pretty much dead weight because of his Togekiss. So I'm not going to shield this either. And then he switches into his Togekiss and I switch to my Empoleon immediately. So this is still very even, and this is just an ancient power, so I'm not going to shield it. And I overfarm slightly to have extra energy against his last Pokemon. And it's an Alolan Mook, which is great for me since these Snarls are not doing that much damage. And I have 2 shields for all of his charge moves. So suddenly I'm in a good position, and I also have Drill Run ready in the back. So that's why he doesn't shield this, and then I can just finish it off with Drill Run, and he's not even going to bother shielding this because I'm in a winning position. My next opponent is Jigida, and this is game number 12 of the streak, and he leads with Clefable into my Escavalier, so this is much better than Togekiss. Because my drill runs are doing neutral damage, and he switches in Giratina, so I can switch in my Lapras. And here I will go for either 1 or 2 Ice Beams, depending on the first one connects, because I only need 1 Ice Beam and some more Ice Shards to KO a Giratina. And I will not shield anything, so either he uses both of his shields and I will come out with 2 shields advantage, or I will win this matchup. And now I also have a lot of energy, so I can fire off an Ice Beam on Clefable. And he doesn't even shield, so he's saving his shields for the last Pokemon. I will send in Empoleon to just farm this down and get a lot of energy, and I resist all of his charge moves, so I'm not going to shield this. And his last Pokemon is Charizard, so this is really bad for my Escavalier in the back, and he has 2 shields, so he can protect himself from these Hydro Cannons. And I will not be able to reach a 3rd Hydro Cannon, so I will have to trust in Escavalier. I make 1 counter there to not get piggybacked, so that's fairly important, because if he had got 1 more Fire Spin, it might have KO'd me. But now I was just able to win the game. My next opponent is Azarei, and this is game number 15 of the run, and he leads with Giratina against my Escavalier, so this is really bad for me. I switch in Empoleon, because I expect him to also switch, since I resist his Dragon Breaths and he's scared of the Blizzard, and he also wants the Giratina for Escavalier later. So he tries to catch my Blizzard, but I'm just going to go double Hydro Cannon and then let his Empoleon KO me. And even though these are resisted, Empoleon is fairly glassy, so it will be enough. And I can just farm down with Escavalier. And I expect the Giratina to come back in, but it's a Gyarados. So he has two Pokemon that are strong against Escavalier. And Lapras will have to carry the heavy weight here. So I will save my shields for Lapras. And I managed to get off one more charge move, and I really hope that he shields. But he probably counted perfectly. So now I have Lapras against his Giratina, and the problem is that he has two shields, so I can't really expect that my Ice Beams can connect, so I will just go straight Surfs and hope that my fast move damage is going to be enough. And I have no shields at this point, so this will really come down to the wire, and I make another bait and get the last shield, but I'm not going to be able to reach another Ice Beam before he reaches another charge, so I have to go for a sack switch and get it, and with two more Ice Shards I can KO the Giratina and have a Surf ready for the Gyarados, so I survive with just 1 HP left. Next up is against Clutch Flux, and this is game number 17 of the run, and he leads with Swampert into my Escavalier. So this is fairly equal, but I don't like it, since if he has a Registeel or Fighter in the back, it can handle both Lapras and Empoleon. So I switch into Lapras to waste his Hydro Cannon and lure out his Registeel. So I'm not going to shield anything here. And he's going for a lock-on farm down, so I will be able to hit two more Surfs and put this Registeel fairly low. And then I will actually switch into Escavalier, since he's at 100 energy. All of these 4 lock-ons that he did on Escavalier were totally wasted. And then he switches in Swampert, but this is just like the lead matchup, except that now I have an energy advantage. And he throws his charge move way too fast, so I know it's a Hydro Cannon, so I'm not going to shield that. I'm way more scared of an Earthquake. And he counted my fast moves perfectly, so now he overfarmed a lot. And I will have to shield this one, since I expect an Earthquake. And it is an Earthquake, and then I can farm down the last. And I believe that his Registeel is so low that I would have been able to farm down before he reached the charge move. So he sends in his Gyarados. I tried to sack switch, but I missed it. And then on the second one I tried to sack switch again, and this time I hit it. So that means that I can KO this Gyarados, but my opponent also makes a great sack switch, so this really comes down to the wire, and I just managed to hit the Hydro Cannon on Gyarados with just a few HP left. So that was my 5 selected battles of my 18 win streak in Ultra League. Thanks for watching.